Next up at UFC 324, we have Ateba Gautier taking on Andrey Pulyaev. Ateba Gautier minus 800.
It's not Ateba?
It might be Ateba. Minus 800. 5-0. 9-1 in his career, taking on Andrey Pulyaev. 10-3 in his career. 4-1 in his last 5. He's coming off that bounce back win over Nick Klein. Ateba Gautier, nasty striker, incredible speed, great power. He does a phenomenal job mixing up the boxing and the kickboxing. He'll throw to the head, he'll throw to the body. He does everything insanely fast. Even if you have a nice tight guard, he will just fire the hell out of that until it hurts so bad your hands start to drop. He's very dangerous with not only 8 finishes, but 8 early finishes. This dude is a wild athlete who comes out hot, and like so many others, that flame does start to die. He does gas and slow down as the fight goes on. He is coming off yet another impressive UFC knockout. This time was over short notice step up Trezin Vines.
I mean, he's 23 years old. That might be the most terrifying fact in mankind.
That can't be. Is he lying like Jose Aldo?
That literally, when I'm thinking of terrible facts, I'm thinking like, oh, the sun's gonna explode eventually. Like, oh, are aliens here? Like, we don't know what's in the oceans. And then Ateba Gautier is 23 years old. It's terrifying.
Yeah, no,
dude's dialed.
It is insane. I just once I knew for a fact that Jose Aldo was lying about his age. I don't trust anybody's age anymore unless they're.
I mean, he's got
born in America, where
I mean, he's got a little baby face there. I mean, he looks. Not a day over 30.
No, he's got like the hairline's going back a little bit.
Whoa!
Like he does not look 23 years old.
It was just a joke, like Angelo.
What was
he doesn't look a day over 30. It was like the whole time I was being sarcastic. You know sarcasm?
He looks older than 30.
Google sarcasm for me, if you don't mind.
Hold on. How do you spell that?
C.
Car. He's taking on Andrey Pulyaev, solid striker. He takes his time. He keeps things tight. He's very tall. He used that range really well. He used the jab more than most people do. And many times, unfortunately, there's nothing behind the jab. He's just kind of jabbing to nothing. He does do a nice job working the body on the feet, transitioning the takedowns if he needs them. He is coming off that knockout win over Nick Klein, where he gave up 4 takedowns before eventually finding that fight-ending kick. I do like this fight a lot. And every time I broke this down, I basically mentioned it's a logical evolution in Ateba's career because it is a striker versus striker matchup, but also the fact that Ateba has just been beheading people as quickly as he has in the UFC. Well, now he's going to be tested against somebody who actually has a UFC win. He's going to be tested against somebody who's pretty tough, tested against somebody who has decent striking, tested against somebody who I don't think he's just going to roll over and get knocked out in the first 30 seconds of this fight. I think Ateba wins, but I think it's a logical step up. You can't look at the Trezin Vines win and be like, nice win. That was a short notice step up against a guy who's not UFC caliber. The knockout before that, similar situation. So Andrey Pulyaev is good. Is he great? No. Is he UFC caliber? Probably bottom of the tier. So let's see what Ateba looks like in this fight and then gradually work him up. There's no reason to just rush him into something crazy. I think this is a solid step up. I think he passes the test, but I am kind of hoping this fight goes a little bit long. I want to see what Ateba looks like in round 2, round 3. Like I've seen him gas on the regional scene. What does he look like in this fight, in the UFC, if he starts to slow down? Ateba's the pick. The odds are probably correct. What do you think, Jacob?
Yeah, the biggest question mark for this fight, and by the way, let me preface this by saying I think Ateba is like the biggest, I think he's the best prospect in the UFC. Only 23 years old. The guy's got unbelievable striking because he's not just winging right hands and just fucking not. I mean, this guy is fucking dialed in with the striking, and the more he keeps fighting, the more that wrestling is gonna catch up, right? Obviously, he knows that's the whole. People are gonna want to take him down. He's already so strong that if he just has the wherewithal to dig an underhook, he is strong enough to just fucking rip that fucking underhook and keep himself afloat. But the biggest question mark for this fight is Pulyaev kind of a guy, or is he just another can? And if you start digging into his record, you see the 10-3, you see the Russian, you see 4-1, you're like, okay, this guy might be a guy. He's a long-ranging striker, could give Ateba some issues. 3-5 as an amateur. Started his pro career 4-2. Those 4 wins were against opponents combined, I think 6-12, something like that. So a little fluff in the record. Now, Ateba hasn't really fought anybody as well, but this feels like it could be another Can situation. I do worry. One of the biggest worries I have in the world is when we have split stances and the split stance guy can throw his power leg. And that's going to be Andrey in the southpaw stance. Though he throws really, really good kicks. He'll throw a calf kick, body kick, and then come upstairs with a head kick. And if Ateba stays at this kicking range, he's going to get his arms beat up. He's not going to like it. He might press a little bit too much, and Pulyaev can kind of stick some shots in there with the hands, get back to space. But the way that this fight is designed, it feels like it might be an over 1.5. I know a lot of people are probably thinking an over 1.5, like, oh, he can stay safe and stuff. But the way that he is going to throw kicks, it's going to force Ateba to get in this guy's chest. Like, Ateba has been patient, and he'll kind of take his time on the outside. The second he starts getting blasted by kicks, which I have imagined Pulyev's going to throw a lot of them, it's going to force his action and force him to get inside. And when he gets in this guy's chest, this guy Pulyaev, as good as he can be and look offensively, defensively, he's kind of one of those just kind of skinny arm, kind of like kind of, whoa, against the fence. There's not like a lot of head movement. There's not a lot of high guard. And what Ateba does best is just pin people against the fence and just fucking stick them. So I understand why people might see this fight. And there's always that, you get the split stance, you get that power leg, you get some head kicks thrown. Weird shit could happen. Like I saw Nazareth fucking die because of some shit like that. So it definitely is a little bit interesting. But I think the way that Pulyaev is going to try and fight Ateba is going to force the action for Ateba to get in his chest. And from there, I think it's big trouble. The second he lands on anybody, they're like, holy fuck. Like the reactions that he gets. I mean, Jose Medina was known as like the Mr. Durability, and he got hit like once and was like, whoa, like what the fuck? So, watch the head kick if you're Ateba, for the love of fucking God. But get in there, throw that right hand right down the middle, and it should land. I mean, this guy isn't like crazy good defensively, so just don't stay at kicking range.
Yeah, listen, I'm picking Ateba. I think he should win. I like the matchup. I think it's a nice. It's very clearly a step up from his previous opponents, and I think it's a logical evolution. So
yeah, there's a lot of people. I think people don't realize that he's only 23. Even if he's not 20, he's probably gonna be 26, 20. People are like, I can't believe he's still fighting cans. Like he's so young in his career. Like there's no reason to
rush.
Like, yeah. What do you want him just? Everyone just wants to see. Like, put him against somebody's just gonna ragdoll him. It's like, why?
No, I agree. Build it. I would rather somebody like the Goldberg approach in WCW back in the day, or whatever it was. I would rather somebody have too many wins in a row and we're debating why he's not fighting somebody good, than give him somebody good and have him lose and all that goes away. Yeah. Like, let's build it up. Let's build the tension. You can only be on a win streak. He's obviously not undefeated, but people only care about what happens in the UFC. You can only have that initial like long run of haven't lost in the UFC for a period of time. So let's build it.
Yeah, and I think we're getting some value here on the under 1.5. I know it's kind of minus 200 or whatever, and people might be looking at the over 1.5. But if you look at Pulyaev the last couple fights or whatever, CLD for whatever reason was just kind of hugging this guy in the first round. Yeah. Ateba's not going to hug the guy. Nick Klein kind of held him down for 4 minutes in the first round and then gassed out of that fight. So you're thinking like, oh, he's extended, but it's not really because of him. Like he was forced to extend in this fight. Yeah, Ateba's not going to be hugging and grabbing this guy. So I think there's some value on the under 1.5, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it should be a fun fight. I actually am very interested in this fight. I'm split because I hope Ateba just blows through this dude so we can be like, damn, man, this kid is good. But I also want to see it go long because I want to see what the hell happens if he's in a longer fight. But
I hope he keeps fucking
let's build the hype.
I fucking love Ateba. I've been talking. Obviously, I'm friends with Brundage, and I talked to him about matchups. Like he asked me, like, who do you think they would give me, or who do you whatever, this and that and stuff like that. And I've called a couple of his fights, or whatever, and he keeps saying, "I'm waiting for him to give me Ateba." Like he's like, I'm waiting, and I keep thinking like, don't fucking, you can't, dude. I know because I think he accepts pretty much any. I mean, he's fought pretty much anybody.
Company man,
he fights anybody and everybody. And I'm pretty sure if they gave him Ateba, he'd be like, yeah, I'm fucking fighting Ateba. But I'm like, dude, please don't fight Ateba, dude. I love Ateba. He's fucking dangerous, man.
This should be a really just a fun matchup. on the new Paramount era, I guess we'll call. The fact that they have multi-view teased in the
Oh,
app, like I'm so
interesting
excited
to
to
say
see what
that
happens
because we
here.
got some here. Like the video if you haven't already. 2026, baby. Do you think, by the way, obviously it shouldn't, but do you think Paramount TV deal, you think they're in the judges' ears, the commissions a little bit, to be like, we're looking at this in 2026? Do they have those type of conversations going into a new year? Like, hey, we're looking for this. We're changing. We're looking scoring criteria. Do they have those pep talks? I mean,
technically speaking, the UFC, the judges are government employees, so the UFC has no say whatsoever. They can
well, I know that.
propose.
But I'm
They
talking
can
about the
propose
commissions
the rules.
themselves being like, do they ever have like yearly seminars? Like, this is what, like, what, maybe just to go over like eye pokes. Like, this is what we're looking for.
Oh, with
this
their own commission
yeah,
members.
that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I'm
100%
saying.
they do.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. So is
100%.
there a
Yeah,
point
yeah,
where it's like, now we're talking to not only the refs, but now we're talking to the judges. This is what we want to lean away from.
They
this.
all
'Cause
work for the
NFL,
commissions, so yeah.
NBA, every year before the year, they talk to the refs and they say, we're looking for this, and the refs will tell the teams before the games, like, hey, we're going to score this a little bit different. We're looking, hey, if you're doing this, you were doing this in the past, you can't do that, right? You can't hold here, you can't dribble here, all this stuff. So I wonder if they're in the judges' ears being like, hey, we're looking for more action on top if you're going to score the round. We're looking for, just interesting to see if judging looks a little bit different with a new TV deal. That's all I'm saying. I don't know.
Yeah, if the judging may not, but the roster will. UFC's like, you're boring. Goodbye.
Right. Yeah, they're going to control what they can control as far
Yeah,
as
yeah,
being the better
100%.
product, for sure.
And outside of America, some countries have established athletic commissions, but some of these countries don't. So the UFC just brings their own people and they can kind of just do whatever the hell they want. Like the NFL, the NBA, those are private organizations. They can just do whatever the hell they want. Like the whole thing is their world.
There's refs unions. The refs have their own unions and stuff.
But the unions are bought by, but they don't work for the government. They work for the NFL.
Yeah, but they can kind of control a lot of shit because the NFL refs went on strike and it was a fucking shit show. It was bad.
I'm shocked. Just fire them and get new ones. You run the whole thing.
It's fucking. You would be surprised. You think everyone thinks refs are bad until the good refs stop reffing. It was that was like the infamous. You probably don't remember, but there was a situation where it was like a Hail Mary with the Packers. I think it was Aaron Rodgers. It was in Seattle maybe or something, and the guy caught it. And in the still picture or the video, there's one ref going like this, and there's one ref going like this.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it was like, Jesus Christ. Like, they didn't even talk about it. Like, usually they get together as a whole. They were bad. You can't just find new refs.
Yeah, I just assumed you could, but I guess it makes sense. Super chat from Merchant Vert. Welcome back. You guys were great in the rip. Damon
Did you watch that?
and Affleck. No, I heard it's great though.
I only watched the second half. I was doing something, then I went out.
What?
My parents were watching it. Yeah, it was. I mean, the second half, like I saw all the twists and turns, and it's like, oh shit, yeah, fucking.
I mean, it has good Rotten Tomatoes score, and for a Netflix movie, like critics typically just hate Netflix movies, and for the critics to give a Netflix movie good scores, it's like, oh, this must be a good
Matt
movie.
Damon talk about how they have to do movies these days and stuff?
They have to say the plot like 5 times because people don't pay attention.
But because of that, I was able to tune in halfway through.
Because they explained the plot?
Yeah, within 20 minutes, like when all the twists and turns started happening, it was almost like they like replayed certain moments. So like for all the fucking, I hate saying this word, fucking retards, but and for me, it worked out nice because I didn't even see the first half, and I knew exactly what happened by the time the end of the movie started. And I missed all the important stuff in the beginning, but it's a good movie. It's a good movie.
I saw them talking about like, yeah, making movies now is different. So, and it's funny because people were complaining like, oh, people are the worst, blah, blah, blah. And like shitting on the movie producers for adjusting how they make movies. And other people were like, no, they're the smart ones. The consumers have changed how they consume. So you have to adapt to them. If they're not paying attention, you have to
like your movie. Guess what?
Yeah. If they're not paying attention, then you have to make the movies work for people who don't fully pay attention anymore. That's just the reality.
Into Idiocracy.
Yeah, 100%. With content.
Do you know what the famous show that they were watching was on Idiocracy? I think it was just like fart noises being played, and they were loving it.
That's funny. That's right.
That's what it turned into.